I've never really been the most social person. You know, I always had some friends growing up, but it was always like a more close-knit, tight group of friends rather than like the kind of person that has like 100 friends and I always need to be surrounded by somebody and going out and doing things. I've never had that sort of feeling. Does that make me antisocial? I don't think so. I think it just makes me me, you know? Some people are a lot more social than others, or they feel like they have to be around somebody in order to feel happy, but that's just not me. It's not who I am. If you're the kind of person that you feel like you're antisocial and you want to be more social, then go ahead, you know, knock yourself out. Start going out more, try to go to some parties, try to meet new friends, new people, things like that, if that's what you want to do. However, if you're fine with how much of a social life that you have, then don't let somebody else's wants or needs influence how much you need to be available for somebody else. It gets to the point where it's like, I'm constantly trying to, you know, live your life around what other people's plans are, you know, that's fucked up. I'm not going to do that. I'm just not going to. So, I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think that's selfish of me, or do you think that I'm wrong? Do you think I'm right? Let me know in the comments. I wanted to talk to you guys about this real quick because it's kind of something that's been bothering me that I wanted to get out there. Now, if you feel like that you have to be social with people every day or throughout the week in order to feel good about yourself, then I think that's a little bit unhealthy from the perspective of the fact that you feel like you need to have someone else's validation in order to feel good about yourself. But in reality, no one can make you feel good about yourself besides you. So that's kind of where I'm going with this. But I've always been the kind of person where I really enjoyed having a small group of really close friends that I know I can count on, and every time I see them or talk to them, I really enjoy that, rather than making a bunch of very loose friendships where you barely kind of know the person, but you see them and it's like you kind of feel obligated to say hi or hang out, and that's not the kind of relationships I like forming with people. So, you know, everyone's different, and I wanted to talk about that because it's definitely a quality of life issue. You know, if you're forcing yourself to do things you don't want to do, and when it comes to your social life, you're probably going to be unhappy. So my advice to you would be to just go with your gut and do the right amount of social activities that makes you feel yourself, and that also gives you some balance in life, because at the end of the day, it's your life and you need to live for yourself and no one else. Hopefully me making a video about something like this will help some of you out there. I know this isn't like the typical theme of the channel, but it sort of does play into quality of life, because if you're like struggling to be someone you're not in order to make others happy, then in return you're going to make yourself miserable. And that's exactly what I don't want to do to myself. I think the takeaway for a video like this is that you need to stay true to yourself no matter who you are, unless there's some really bad things about yourself and your personality that you actually want to change. You're just kind of like afraid to change them. But in my case, you know, I'm a little antisocial, but I don't care. Let me just show you something real quick because this is so beautiful. Check out how nice that sky looks. It's so pretty. It's getting pretty dark. Hopefully you can still see me. I also just think that everybody's level of what they consider to be antisocial is probably different. Like for me, if I hang out with a couple of friends like a couple times a month, that's good enough for me. But for some people, they would be like, boring, you know, like I need to go out 3 times a week. I mean, like I said, everybody's different. So you have to go with what feels good for you. But you shouldn't let anybody else try to change you or make you feel down or bad about being yourself, because that's toxic, it's negative, and you have to get away from people like that. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to wrap this up for you because it's probably getting so dark you can barely even see me anymore. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this kind of video.